Right now, the Salina School Board is meeting. Part of tonight's meeting includes an executive session focused on personnel and safety. It's the board's first meeting since Salina Police saying charges will not be filed against a Salina South Middle School teacher who reportedly sat on and injured a student while that student was exercising. No criminal charges will be filed in that case. Tonight, the mother of that student is talking to us.
12 News reporter Gabriela Hernandez spoke to the family who say they still have a message to share.
Mike, Rachel, Salina police say this all stems from an incident where a 39-year-old teacher sat on a 13-year-old student during a weightlifting class. The student then passed out, rolled off the bench, and hit his head. I sat down with the Garay family as they recount their side of the story.
Sad because why him?
Angelica Garay, mother of 13-year-old Oscar Garay, says she got a phone call on September 6th.
I was informed that my son had passed out during class, weight class, and then that he hit his head and had a gash on his head and bleeding. So then I went immediately to go pick him up.
What started as a normal day of 7th hour weights class ended with Oscar Garay suffering a mild concussion and needing stitches, even losing some of his memory.
And then I remember waking up on the floor all bloody.
The Salina Police Department confirmed a 39-year-old teacher sat on Garay, causing him to pass out.
Couldn't believe it that that teacher did that, because why would you sit on a child?
Something the Garay family says should have never happened.
If students aren't allowed to touch other people, then why should teachers be allowed to do that?
The Saline County attorney said Oscar's situation was playful in nature and declined to file charges against the teacher. The Garays hope that by sharing their story, it will prevent something like this from happening again.
If something happens to your kids, say something. Maybe more parents say something, then things like this doesn't happen.
We reached out to Salina Public Schools and have not heard back. Radio station KSAL reports the district says they conducted their own investigation and the teacher is on administrative leave at this time and will remain so through final employment determination by the board. Now we do have team coverage tonight. Kel Champman attends the education meeting. That story tonight on 12 News at 9 and 10.